Welcome to an Azur lane guide, nobody asked for. Yeah, this time around, it is a real guide. So, not really a guide. Confused yet? Good. Where was I? Yeah? This is the SaltyBunny and today we will discuss cross-fleet skills. What are cross-fleet skills, I hear you ask? They are, as the name implies, ship skills that will affect your other fleet or fleets. They come in various flavors, buffs or debuff, barrage or heal. Some of them have composite effects, like buffing and barrage combined. The skills providing buffs can be limited to some specifics. They may affect only main fleet or Vanguard, or on only certain factions. I also would like to point out that many skills works all the time. However, there are some who will only activate under specific conditions. Might it be the target fleet composition, a specific ship position in the formation, or a determined amount of battles conducted by the target fleet, referred as sortie counter. As mentioned before, the effects of cross-fleet skill can be divided into two main categories. The first category is barrages, the second one is buffs and debuffs. There is one that is different, but we'll talk about her later. So, for the barrage exclusives we have Tosa, Musashi, Shinano, and Fuso Meta. For the buffs and debuffs exclusives we have Independence Retrofit, Casablanca, Argus, and Implacable. In the utility side, we have some hybrid skills that combine buffs, debuffs and barrages. For that we have Shimakaze, New Jersey, Kronshtadt, Vanguard, Ulrich Von Hutten, Yorktown II, and Polo. Lastly we have the special one I mentioned, Perseus. She is the only one providing cross-fleet heals. Now that we have covered the various roles, let's see the who's who, and where or when to get them. For the purpose of this video, for the sake of brevity, we will only cover the cross-fleet gimmicks of the various skills. The stats mentioned will be for level 10 skills. Before we get started, I would like to mention that the skills sortie battle counter does resets when moving to a new area or changing your formation within Operation Siren. Also, for aircraft carriers providing supporting wings, that skill does not stack, therefore you should only use one for your formations. Also, remember that you may put as many barrages or hybrids as you can in your support fleet. Firstly, we'll see what are the currently available at all time ships. It is only a small fraction of the whole, but all of them might help you a lot in harder content or for farming, and the newer players will benefit the most from them. Tosa, a barrage-type battleship. She's from the heavy construction pool. Her skill is crush any contender, as long as she is afloat. When another fleet in the same sortie engages in its third, fourth, or fifth battle, if that fleet is a battleship noted as BB as its flagship, fires a special leveled barrage 20 seconds into the start of that battle. Damage is based on the skill's level. In Operation Siren, this barrage is limited to the third and fourth battle. This skill will not affect battle cruisers, aviation battleships and battle monitors. Polo, an hybrid-type battleship. She is from Priority 4. I confess that it is a long grind to get her, but it's worth the efforts. Her skill is Untold Tales. As long as she is afloat, for the first and second battle, launches a supporting barrage 20 seconds after battle start. Damage is based on skill level. For the third and fourth battle, decreases damage taken by 8% for all Sardangu Empire ships in that fleet. Independence Retrofit, of the buffing type, that light carrier will appear in your core data shop. Her skill will be obtained in her retrofit. Her skill is supporting wings, independence. As long as she is afloat, increase aviation and reload by 8% for all carriers and light carriers in each fleet this ship is not in. In Operation Siren, increase these stats by 4% instead. Casablanca, also of the buffing type. This light carrier will show up in your merit shop or PvP shop if you prefer. Her skill is another supporting wings, same as Independence Retrofit. As long as she is afloat, increase aviation and reload by 8% for all carriers and light carriers in each fleet this ship is not in. In Operation Siren, increase these stats by 4% instead. All the other ships are sadly locked behind special events. Many did not have a rerun yet, as of this video release date. The rest already had their reruns and will eventually be included permanently in some form or another. Except for Fuso Meta that came in the very first cruise mission. Shinano, as main fleet carrier, she is a barrager, poster girl of the Dreamwaker's Butterfly event. This event had a rerun. Her skill is Dreamwaker's Bow. If this ship is afloat and another fleet in the same sortie engages in its third, fourth, or fifth battle, fire a special barrage 15 seconds into the start of that battle. Damage scales with skill level. In Operation Siren, this barrage is limited to the third and fourth battle instead, not the fifth. Fuso Meta, another barrager battleship, and as mentioned, she was the first meta ship coming from the seasonal cruise missions. We still don't know in which form they're gonna bring her back to the game, but she will be included permanently in the future. Her skill is the Butterfly's Last Gasp. For the fourth and fifth battles of each sortie that the fleet this ship is not in, is deployed, every 20 seconds, fires a special barrage as long as this ship is still afloat. Damage is based on this skill's level. New Jersey, unhybrid type. This highly sought battleship was available in the Mirror Involution event, has not been rerun as of this video, but is expected to be on very soon. Her skill is Freedom through Firepower. Whenever another fleet in the same sortie engages in battle, if this ship is afloat, fire a special barrage 20 seconds into the start of that battle. Damage scales with skill level. At the start of that battle, if that fleet's flagship is an Eagle Union ship, increase the aviation stat of all Eagle Union carriers and light carriers in that fleet by 15%. Shimakaze, an hybrid type girl. This destroyer appeared during the Upon the Shimmering Blue event, that has not been reran yet. One of the only two Vanguard ship with cross-fleet skills. Her skill is, Within the Thunder's Roar. While this ship is afloat, when a fleet this ship is not in engages in battle, increase torpedo for all destroyers in that fleet by 10% for the full battle. Also, 30 seconds into that battle, fire a supporting torpedo barrage. Damage is based on the skill level. Argus, another light aircraft carrier of the buffer type, she was available in a recent Royal Navy's Revelations of Dust event. This event has not been reran yet. Her skill is Supporting Wings Argus. As long as she is afloat, increase aviation and reload by 8% for all carriers and light carriers in each fleet this ship is not in. In Operation Siren, increase these stats by 4% instead. Implacable, a main fleet carrier of the debuffer type, she was the poster girl of the recent Royal Navy's Revelations of Dust event. Her gimmicks are tied to two of her skills. Her first skill is May God Forgive You, for I Shall Not. That skill will give you the resources needed for her second skill. It goes like that. For the first 3 battles of a sortie fleet this ship is not in, when a ship in your fleet is hit, the fleet gains a stack of No Mercy. Can be stacked up to 9 times. The No Mercy stacks are used by her second skill. You can't escape. Each sortie, for the first 3 battles fought by a fleet this ship is not in, when that fleet's flagship fires her first main gun volley or airstrike, expends all stacks of No Mercy and, after 2 seconds, activates one of the following effects based on the number of No Mercy stacks expended. 3 to 5 stacks, decreases the speed of all enemies by 20% for 2 seconds. 6 to 8 stacks, decreases the speed of all enemies by 60% for 2 seconds. 9 stacks, decreases the speed of all enemies by 100% for 2 seconds. TLDR, she will slow stuff. Kronshtadt, an hybrid type that was available in limited construction during the Abyssal Refrain event that has not been rerun yet. This large cruiser is the second of the two only Vanguard ships with cross-fleet skills. Her skill is strong-willed support, as long as this ship is afloat. If a fleet this ship is not in engages in battle, if that fleet's flagship is a battleship, decrease the main gun spread of all battleships in that fleet by 2. The second gimmick of that skill is that 20 seconds after that battle start, fire a special barrage that decreases the speed of enemies it hits by 40% for 5 seconds. Barrage damage scales with skill level. Musashi, a barrager. This battleship of the Yamato class was available in limited construction during the Violet Tempest, Blooming Lycoris event that had no rerun yet. Her skill is Musashi's guardianship. If this ship is afloat, when a fleet this ship is not in enters a battle, fires a level supporting barrage 15 seconds and 35 seconds after the battle starts. Damage is based on the skill's level. Vanguard, an hybrid type. Vanguard, the last battleship ever constructed, was available during the Pledge of the Radiant Court event that has not been rerun yet. Her skill is Scatter, Minions of Darkness. As long as this ship is afloat, when a fleet this ship is not in, starts a battle, increase firepower by 10% for all Royal Navy Vanguard ships in that fleet. The second gimmick is that 30 seconds after that battle start, fire a special barrage, and for 15 seconds, increase AA by 10% for all ships in that fleet. Ulrich Von Hutten, she's an hybrid type that was available in limited construction during the Tower of Transcendence event that had no rerun yet. Being a K-39 class battleship, makes her a sister ship to Friedrich de Gross. Her skill Revolutionary's prosaic is as follows. As long as this ship is afloat, whenever another fleet engages in one of its first 5 battles this sortie, decrease damage taken by all Iron Blood ships in that fleet by 5%. Also, increase the critical modifier for all Iron Blood ships in that fleet by 10%. And finally, during that battle, whenever an enemy gets within close range of your ships, fire a supporting barrage. Barrage damage is based on skill level. This barrage may fire up to 6 times each battle and has a 5 seconds cooldown between activation. Yorktown II, another hybrid type. That aircraft carrier Azur Essex class incarnation, appeared during the recent parallel superimposition event. Her skill is Waltzing Beyond Tragedy, and reads as, while this ship is afloat, for the first 4 battles another fleet fights during a sortie, increases the firepower of that fleet's main fleet Eagle Union ships by 6%, and 20 seconds after that fleet's battle start, fires a leveled special barrage. Damage is based on the skill's level. And finally, the last ship girl we are covering today, Perseus. Perseus is the only cross-fleet healer in the game so far. That light carrier of the Colossus class was available as limited construction during the Aurora Noctis event that already has rerun. She will be permanently added to the game the next time she show up. Her skill, Waters of Styx, reads as follow. 20 seconds after the fleet this ship is not in, starts a battle, heals that fleet's Vanguard for 3% of their max HP. In Operation Siren, the cross-fleet healing effect is halved, so 1.5%. That was exhausting, isn't it? Now that we have covered who's who and what everybody can do, let's explain how to use them. Obviously, for using cross-fleet skills you need at least 2 surface ships fleets. This works for all 4 fleets in Operation Siren. Typically, for a sortie, most players use their first fleet as a mob fleet and the second as boss fleet. But for farming EXP, you do not necessarily require a second fleet. For farming EXP, or leveling ship girls, you might even run with incomplete roster. Now that you've learned about cross-fleet skills, you can use your second fleet as a support fleet and put as many as you can cross-fleet skill bearer in that fleet. For auto clearance stuff, Just set your first fleet roll to engage all enemies and make sure your support fleet is set as standby. And voila, the fleet you are grinding on is buffed and more powerful at no extra cost. Cool, right? Using cross-fleet skill might prove to be an essential part of your success in more advanced content, such as Chapter 13 and 14, SP maps in special event, Sirens Fortresses, etc. You got the idea. Using cross-fleet skills in both formation will benefit you greatly. And you realize now that having both of your fleets using cross skills on each other should help you achieve better results in endgame stuff. This was the SaltyBunny. I hope that this video will be of some help, and hopefully will contribute in easier farming, or some harder content clears. That's all I had for today. Happy hunting. If you have questions, please ask them in the comments below.